I'll put you on my back and carry you myself.
Now that's a loving co-host right there.
I like the rolling out part myself. Maybe hitting a few bumps on the way out. It could happen.
It could.
Temperatures dipping back into the 30s as the evening sets, but look what happens here, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I think these are going to be high, thin clouds that we would be contending with, but I do think we should see enough. You may not get to see Jupiter, Mercury, I'm just going to put that out there, but we have really good prospects to see the planets that will be higher in the sky. They'll be up longer, but remember, you're going to look down from the moon. So you see the moon and look down, and those bright objects, that's going to be those planets lining up. Here's a look at the satellite and the radar. There is a lot of cloud cover that's now moving into northeast Ohio. I'm still seeing some kind of veiled sunshine outside of the station here in downtown Cleveland. Clouds are a little thicker out to the west of us, but there is a clearing line, and if we can kind of get things to move along here, that would help us out most certainly. So I do think, especially our western areas, you have a great chance to see the planets, but the farther east you are, state line area, that's where it's really going to be tricky because of those clouds. Meanwhile, we're watching this area of cloud cover in the northern portion of the Plain States. That is our next weather maker. That is a cold front. It's a clipper system that is coming together right now. Big batch of cold air is pushing southward from central Canada. That swings in here as we go through the day tomorrow and then as we move into Thursday. So we kind of have this little up-down thing that's happening. And of course, out on the west coast, this storm system is a just huge deal for them. Yet again, atmospheric river setting up. This storm system will come out into the Plain States as we get into the latter part of the week, and that sets us up for a real bumpy Friday and Saturday. Here's the gist of all of this. You can see that cold air that moves south, bringing that clipper through as we head through the day tomorrow. That will settle cooler air in here for Thursday, but we get to see more sunshine. There's that. Meanwhile, out to the west, now our storm system is sitting over Denver. As we move through the day on Thursday, it will really start to get some power to it. And you can see all of the snow that's to the western side of it, but look at the rain that starts to sneak northward through the Mississippi River Valley. So much so that by Friday morning, we will have rain here. Then a second wave of energy really kicks up the rain Friday afternoon, Friday night especially, and then into Saturday. That storm system deepens, the winds start to come up, and by Sunday, we are back into some pretty cold temperatures. The end of the day on Saturday, we may even have a little snow mix that gets in here. Saturday's wind gusts. Look at this. Once again, we're right back up into that 60-mile-per-hour potential range. I think we should be anywhere from 50 to 60 with those peak wind gusts, especially in the early part of the day rather than the latter part of the day. Now, tomorrow, we have a gusty day. Not quite that gusty, though. Gusts at 35 in your National Designer hour-by-hour forecast. Temps in the 50s. We'll have rain that moves in the afternoon and evening with that clipper. We're going to dissect that a little bit more coming up in about a half hour or so. But you can see the overall impacts of what's happening in your Union Home Mortgage forecast. Cold air settles in on Thursday with sunshine. We blast back up to 60 with the rain moving in with that West Coast system coming in. Temperatures fall on Saturday, and by Sunday we do it all over again, Jay, with that sun popping back out and then a warming trend begins.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Thank you, Bets.